Okay, everything is working now.
Sure.
Yep, I had to crop it like real quick because I was trying to do that, but got already 11 minutes in. Even though this is pre, and even though we're not going to really start until much later.
Yep.
So most of the stream's going to be mostly about the KP situation, and most of it's going to be about something else, right? Okay, I'm going to sharpen something. I'm going to put away my garbage and I'll come back. Let's see. Okay, get finished with that. Now all I need to do is just be patiently waiting for whatever else is going to come.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just patiently waiting. So, is there anything else that we're going to be talking about besides just, Jericho and all the other stuff? Is there anything else that you guys are going to be going on?
Just a lot of shit that certain some person done.
Yeah. Yeah, we all have people that are assholes. We have people that are total idiots too. And to me, anytime that someone is a legit idiot, they show they're in really dumb is what I call them. And this is from coming from someone who's been around people that have done stupid. And I have moved on from that, even though drama is going to be drama, and that's just something a lot of people need to talk about. And I'm just here seeing what people really think. It's just like I see my point of view about it. It's like I understand that people don't like people, and I understand people don't like these types of people. But people that gaslight, I do not appreciate because I've been around people that have done that, and it is not fun because they blame you for stuff that you didn't do.
Not to mention, they blamed me for art thievery, which I use a logo generator. Like, if you look up a lot of
Yeah,
places on the app stores, you see logo generators up
yeah. It's like it's no biggie. It's like there's no reason for people
there. Like, I
to.
make them just for free.
Yeah, it's like okay. It's like I'm using this website for my streams. I use Streamlabs, for instance. That's a free software that everyone uses. Everyone uses. I, for one, am not considered called a thief. Now, here's the thing. Now, even though technically this software I'm using is technically free and technically used for doing stuff like this, people shouldn't be complaining about it, or at least complain of people using said so program. And if people get mad about people using said so programs, then they shouldn't be online because that's just being stupid. And also
Yeah.
being inconsiderate too, because some people don't have the money to afford the type of software that I like. Some software I used to use some software that was a slightly a bit expensive, like Power Director and Adobe Photoshop. Like those are really expensive programs. Like I used to use a rent version of Adobe a long time ago, and I don't like Adobe that much because even though it's my favorite program to use for animation, it's not always the best software to use if you don't know what you're doing. But just going back to the stuff for people that gaslight, people were gaslighting me because I enabling people, and I really don't see that. Like, how different I'm enabling someone when all I'm doing is telling the truth how it's said, and people get so riled up about it when it is the truth and it's not. It's coming from someone who can look at something and tell you it is. And like if I'm an art, like if I'm doing art, and I know that a lot of people like to make these kind of claims about art thief. I know who what art thieves are as they trace people. Now that's legitimately the only type of people that I consider called art thieves are tracers, or people that trace over stuff and not free-handed. Because you can do that if you're not doing it for profit, but copyright is an extremely gray area when it comes to tracing. And like for a lot of free use software, like as Bronies and Pegasisters ourselves, we're technically using free software because we're making characters.
Yep.
And technically, too, if you are using a OC generator from Zombie, that's the name of the person who a long time ago is still using that software. It's still Flash. I was there 4 years prior before it became obsolete, and you had to use the third party stuff to do it. And
But
what?
but this is just weird for me. Why would you gaslight somebody, call them an art like myself over logo generators that are made for people by the people?
Yeah, like some people that don't understand logos are not always cheap when you're doing it for real. Like, no joke.
Yeah, I make them for free and I give them out to people. I
Yeah,
literally give them out. I don't sell them. Like, I gave my best buddy Buck the logo you guys see up on the screen, bear with the his logo name for his Twitch channel.
yeah, and
And
that
then I gave one to my boyfriend, which has his original name, Rock,
yeah, it's
from
like
his original gamer tag, Rocks. So, why would you call me an art thief for making something for my family? And you claim I sell them to them? No, I fucking didn't.
I think they kind of take it out of context. Like they really took the like this is what I have learned about people that are like that is that they tend to take it so damn far on context, and I've seen it who people have taken out some people like there was some stuff that was exaggerated in some of the pedophiles and some of the freaks that I had to deal with, and there was some exaggeration involved. Some
There
people,
has been a lot of shit that I can actually say that I've survived through, but people don't know me in real life. So how can you call me out for stuff that I did in the past, think I'm gonna do it all over again when you don't actually know me in real life? That's the
and that's
thing. You
assumption.
don't know me
They
in real life. You
that's
don't know me at all. Like, why would you assume? There's a saying, right? It makes an ass out of you and me.
mm-hmm.
But I'm not being the ass. KP is for what she has done to me by claiming all this bullshit. It's no wonder why she was outed in the analyst community, Brony. It's like, what the fuck?
Well, she really gets the let's say the butt of the joke basically because she's legitly the scout on the TF2 analysis stuff. So imagine her as the scout, but she is absolutely more annoying than you think she
She's more annoying than me, alright. Especially when I try to be nice to her, and she is basically being nasty to me about it. When I'm trying to be nice to everyone else, she claims, "Oh, you're trying to be nice to me? I can see that a mile away." I'm like, no, you fucking don't, because all I was doing was introducing myself to the other people in the server that just came in, and you claim that I was gonna do that to you. Bullshit.
is. Yeah, it's like all you do is get like
You jump to fucking conclusions. They always jump to that.
what on earth is pinging me? Give me
It's like, what the fuck?
don't worry about it. I just quickly had to do that. Oh my god, who? Okay, give me a moment. Because I don't know who on earth is.
It was based.
Oh
He
yeah,
was saying about how,
yeah. I was just trying to be sure because I don't want people to get in
and
trouble. Because
Jericho's got a hell of a.
hmm,
Say, me and you are the only ones on tonight, because Buck is over at his dad's, still trying to get home tonight. Probably. You know what? Where is my brother from his ass? I need to call him and let him know what's going on.
yeah, might need to call them, telling them that we're starting because it's already.
Yeah, I'm just letting them know we're starting right now in a couple minutes here.
I'm right now just drawing a basic Twilight redesign at the moment that I'm
Yeah.
practicing. I'm just right now using new pen, my new pen that I got that has a new lead in it, and I'm using it as the mechanical pencils are excellent to use for getting over your lines. But
But
seriously
yeah.
enough, all the people because the people that work for KP do all of her stuff. She gets all of her thumbnails, and I don't know how much she pays for all that stuff. Possibly a couple hundred.
Like, she pays for all these commissions, but I'm like, why would you pay for somebody to make your pony? You could have somebody like if I was a person at heart, I could actually make full ponies for them and give it out for free, probably like $1 or two. Hello. If I'm that very good on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, if I'm super good and claiming all this shit, and I make OCs, and I do this, and I do that, I'm the best analyst in the community, she claimed when I was in the server with her.
KP is not technically the best person to say that, nor does she has any reason to say that because she is not the best. Because I went through her analyst, she is very biased.
And not to mention, I heard from another person when he was at a BronyCon in 2017. She claimed that she claimed it was an animation she was doing. It was frame by frame screening. And I'm like, that's the same fucking thing.
That's the same
But
thing as
her
Vlad.
tone and her way she said it to him was so rude.
Now, there was an old video that was deleted off of this person who worked for KP back in 2018 and prior to that. It was at BabsCon 2018. I'm just mentioning that because that's where the incident happened. KP thought it'd be a good idea to harass this poor individual that worked for her nonstop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then she fucking decided to delete the video because it was considered harassment. And yeah.
Also, I'm gonna say hello to anyone who's viewing this stream. We are technically about to basically start right now, but we're just trying to wait for something to. We're just waiting very temporarily.
We're waiting for Based Horse V2 and Jericho. I don't think he's coming in, so it's just you, me, and Based tonight.
Oh, that's absolutely fine because I will love hearing from you. But I'm not saying I know that Jericho's not here, but you still consider yourself the substitute for Jericho because you have stuff to say. I got some things to say about it, but I have never experienced. Oh, I can say from someone who is from the very surface level and from the very moment that she put herself. I was 16. I'm gonna tell you this. I was 16 when I subscribed to her channel when I really got into her stuff. I was one of those people, and I said this on my Twitter feed, that I used to simp for her hardcore. And I mean, like, in a character sense. Like, I enjoyed her looks of her character in a very weird way. But when she came out and got harassed, she harassed people nonstop with her team. You're not a boss. You're basically the person that's doing wrong.
And basically, you're a tyrant. I think she is a tyrant. Basically, a tyrant with an iron fist trying to put fear into.
Well, that's not how the analyst community works. Most of the analyst community people do not want to do that, but there are some people that intend to do that because not every analyst you meet is going to be the nicest person to be around. Now, that's not true. This is coming from someone who has been in this fandom for over a decade and who has seen a bunch of bad things and a bunch of good things happening. But the most common thing that really happens in this fandom is a lot of bad people. And in a
Oh, shit! I did not notice. Hold on, I'll be right back, everybody. I got a mod meeting with everybody here. Hold on.
I'll be right here.
I'll mute myself.
So I'm right now just gonna do this right now. I'm just trying to do this as I am waiting. And I'm supposed to be the entertainer or whatever you want to call it. Pre-justice. So I technically can say that right now we're good on a lot of stuff, but since we're going to be talking as a podcast, it's going to be kind of like, it's going to be 3 people. It's going to be 3 individuals, just me, Base, and Fox. We're going to see if anyone else wants to join on. If you have any questions, please keep them on topic. If you have questions about how we're doing, I'm doing fine. I technically will say right now, there is nothing wrong at the moment with me. I am good to go. I did my TF2 stream the other day, so I'm doing a podcast stream. I haven't done one of these in about a year and a half. And I'm saying that very, very easily, or very fondly, is what you want to call it. And I'm right now just passing time on. And to anyone about the drama stuff, the reason why I'm going off this because if anytime that we need someone, I'm going to do it because that's just how you're supposed to do it. Um, if you hear any audio issues, just tell me, or you guys hear anything that is incoherent to what you can hear on my end, I will happily fix that because I have the ability to change audio. Now, let me move this mic up, put the mic a little bit higher. So this is the mic at full audio, so I'm just being sure that it's not too high. But I am not near the mic. I have my mic settled near the desk, put down. So if you hear any movement, it's because the desk is moving a little bit. Now, if people have any questions for me about the topic that we're going to be talking about and talking about KP in general and how this stuff has happened, because we are doing this as a team and not individually by one person. Because let's say that I love the idea of just taking this as we go. So if there's something that I have to go on and I have to hear, then I will respond to it. I took a very long hiatus from drama, and let me tell you this: it took me about a year and a half before I could even make a decision like this. I moved on for about a whole year without talking about anyone, and only a very brief mentions of different people, and that was about it. It took me a long time to keep my mouth shut, not say a single thing. Only been a couple podcasts here and there, and I'm right now doing this now because I have forced myself to do the best I can with doing this. Now, I'm forcing myself because I got to do this. I got to hear what this has to hear, even though it's none of my business, but even though it kind of is, because public knowledge is public knowledge, and public information is public information. But what I'm trying to say is, everything goes. Right now, playing around with my pencil. Okay, I'm gonna switch over. Okay, I'm just being sure because I'm keeping my screen as the way it's supposed to be intended for. Check home feed. I'm kind of tired, but I'm gonna deal with it. Because even though it's gonna be Sunday in about 40, oh boy, almost 42, maybe more than that. Okay, make sure everything is the way it is. Mm, Let me oh, pin drop, pin drop. Give me a moment. Okay, I'm gonna do it that way. So it should be good to go. It's a little bit higher. Where the heck did I put my pin? It fell. It dropped out of my lap. How funny. Because it's true, sometimes when you're not looking, sometimes your pen likes to do its little funny business. Let's turn the mic just a little bit down so it doesn't do that threshold. Don't want to do that. Do, 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 do. Uh, do, 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 do. Oh, oh, riddles in here. Ooh. I ate 20 spiders. Yeah, that's real. That's really funny. No, I kid you not. That's like, oh yeah, I had 20 tarantulas crawl on you. Oh, that'd be a tickling fight. Let's see here. Yep, you are the riddle. The riddle, the riddle. What the heck? Give me a moment. Riddle. Gotta do this. Oh yeah, I'm doing great. Besides being a little bit tired and my body telling me to stop constantly doing things all the time because my body doesn't like it. Yeah, I had to mute the desktop audio because I was listening to something. Yeah, yeah, yes and no, man. Yes and no. And I've been experimenting with painting lately, so there's that. I've been doing a lot of stuff in my own sense, and I know it's late at night for me. It's about midnight, about 30, 40 minutes from now. It doesn't matter. I've been up later than that. And lately, I know that some of my art that a lot of people have not seen yet. Let me see here. You mean beans or like the paws or oh yeah, beans and stuff. That sounds kind of it sounds kind of weird, but weird is weird, right? Doesn't have to make sense. I might be the bean, but I won't taste that good because I'd be yellow. I'm a yellow bean. That's what a lot of people might say I am. And there's so many inside jokes to that. Give me a moment. Let me switch to something. Well, yeah. Oh, let's go back to that. Oh. Oh, Riddle, we are talking about. I love Kim Possible a lot. That person on Twitter at the moment, my friend Fox here, and I are trying to do something about it. Trying to talk about it as we go. And there might be a little slight delay on my end on the screen here, so just give it a minute. And hello to anyone that has joined in. Let me go do something real quick. Yeah. Well, at the moment, with the KP stuff, hang on. Fox has joined back.
Um,
Riddle just joined. You want I'm gonna see, can you go on the stream and see, not just mute it real quick and just, I'm just doing this because Riddles need to ask some questions about KB since this person knows this person. Um,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so to tell this to Riddle, you want to tell Riddle is of lightning here, which is Riddle. Okay, he goes, he's one of my friends on Twitter that does little doodles. So you want to tell them real quick about what exactly is going on with KP?
So, you wanna know what's going on with KP, huh? Trying to gaslight, ruin reputation. Let's see, furthermore. Uh, there's a lot on the plate right now, including that I just found out from one of the uh one of Drumstick's moderators mod meeting. So basically, when I signed up to be an application to be a mod for Drumstick's server, guess who decided to ruin my reputation? One of their simps.
The Sips.
Ribbon Chan, Ori, all of them. Again.
Just to that alone, that is so quick, but sad.
And I was just a mod for like a half an hour.
I know, right? Just the moment you just sign on, you get scolded. Oh, so Riddle's asking right now, who are you exactly? I'm curious.
Oh, I'm Fox Blood Up. I'm the one that they don't like. Because of my reputation. Because of my past. Shady. Checkered past.
Can I just say this just to be a little, like, I know it's serious. When you said you have the quickest interview yet and you get fired before you can even take the job.
Because of Ori and Riddle, or not you, the other, not other. Bleh. Ribbon Chan and fucking KP. Fuck that.
Yeah. Um yeah, Riddle says, yeah. It says odd. It says, "Oh, you are Fox, but yeah, I remember you. You're acting a bit odd in the server, causing issues." Um
Acting a bit odd.
I
How?
really don't know how that's odd. Like, this is from coming someone who's been on servers, and I don't know how on earth that's odd. Oh, hello, TFT Spy. It's another buddy of mine that's for TF2. He watches my streams on TF2. We're just doing a podcast.
If you were wondering why I'm always excited, I'm odd because I have ADHD, bipolar, and other. Well, that was my fault, buddy.
And it was her fault. She's learned from that. She's not going to do that again.
Yeah, and see? Checkered past. People still bring that up. Can we move on? I guess people can't move on.
Yeah, no. Like, some people, I'm going to say this from someone who's been there. I posted something a long time ago. I'm not going to say what, but I deleted it because there was no reason for me to have it. It was a stream I had back in 2020 before my computer. It was a little bit after my computer was replaced. Then Then I decided to stream the thing that happened with the hack and stuff.
Wait, 8:20 2 weeks ago? Wait, hun. No, 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 no. That's because they were doing my past behavior. They were doing my past behavior stuff. 8:20 was 2 weeks ago, yes. But 8:20, yes. That was 2 weeks ago NKP server. And I don't know why they did that because of my checkered past. No one's perfect. Just that it just happened, yes. Because apparently I was introducing myself to the new people in the server, but KP thought I was introducing myself to her. And it said everyone, not just her.
Because it was not directly towards her, it was directed to people that she wanted to introduce. And I don't know how on earth that's a problem. That makes absolutely no sense for someone to get mad about it.
And not to mention when I use a logo generator. When you were asking me if I use a logo generator and stocks, yes, I do use those. They're used to free app.
And I always think I was talking about this earlier. Why is that a problem when that's free to use?
Especially when it's a free app to use the App Store.
Yeah, yeah, like legitly anyone, like no joke. I use stuff like that.
Yeah, but doesn't mean that they have to do it like over and over again to ruin my reputation for something that I never even did to them in the first place, just my checkered past.
Yeah, it's like if the past is the past, don't bring it up. Like some people, like it's a common thing that a lot of people do, and they'll do it because they say so, or they just want to do it because they don't give a damn or something like
No, no,
that.
no, no. I wasn't selling them Riddle. I was giving them away for free. But if people wanted me to do that I can only sell them for like $1. I don't charge people like over the top. I don't do that shit. I usually give them out for family and friends. I give them out. Like, I give them for free to people that need them when they want.
Yeah, it's like if they don't want to do it, just ask Fox here to do it. She could do it quick.
And have your name and, like, have your icon, whatever you want. I can show you what I made out of them and show you the app itself, and you can make them see if you like it yourself.
Yeah, it's like also too.
It's
I
on
get
iPhone, Androids, they're all over the place.
and
They're
also
free to use.
and also back to TO2 Spy. I've been there, done that when I got really good at something. You know, Fox, how you play Call of Duty and COD, and you get too good and people try to ban you for some reason?
Yeah.
That's a pretty dumb logic to say that you're too good. And you say, oh no, it's funny to ban people. It's not funny to ban people. You just make it harder for people to try to get used to.
Especially when I'm trying to get into the game. Like, first try, I come into Modern Warfare 2, I'm getting really good at the game, and then people are like, you're too good. What the fudge sickles is this horse crap?
Also, I need to ask Riddle this too. Don't you charge your stuff a little bit, like about $5 to $10 at least? Like your little doodles sometimes you do? Or is it less than that?
He said it was $1.
Yeah. I'm talking about a long time ago when I asked him about it. Yeah, like anytime that I see someone use reuse assets, yeah. Yeah. And for instance, Riddle uses MS Paint and whatever software they use, right?
But, yeah, like, I do sometimes draw, but I fucking suck at it. Like, it was just super weird for me to draw with just bare minimum.
Yeah, it's like
I hate drawing with my hand because I feel like I don't I these hands don't draw very well, but they can type like stories like fire.
I just imagine you say just fire. That sounds extremely funny because all I imagine you is you're typing, your hands are on fire.
I mean,
I
that's what I
legitimately,
used to
I,
do when I sell my books. Like literally, I have a book already out.
yeah, like the pony maker stuff. That's legitimately free. You can make anytime you want. That's something that I know. Riddle. I know that. Yeah. And art tools. I use the only art program that I use for free is Krita, whatever it's called, Critera, and I don't commission people that much money for a lot of the stuff I do. I don't do commissions that often
I
because
don't commission
I
many
don't do that
people.
kind of stuff because I tried to do that one time, and since I don't do it all, I can't get that stuff done in such a short amount of time. I know that it took me about 5 weeks to come up with a layout for a commission someone wanted, and I never showed it to anyone because it's like that's someone else's. Someone privately gave me that commission, so I can't show it to anyone. But I can tell you that I do save all my progress, but using a program is different than using a generator. So I can see the reason why Riddle might say it seems kind of icky to do it, but that's just from experience. Oh yeah. I can see some relations to that Riddle. Like, I don't use AI art for any kind of thing. I tell some people, yeah, I know AI art is bad, but the problem is that no joke, from what Foxes get let me see, those things are not at all AI related. Those are like templates. Like, if you want to make a template, that's not AI generated unless you give it a prompt. It's somewhat similar, but different. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen some of the artists that are on DeviantArt too that thought it'd be a good idea to sell $5 per image for some of the explicit, even though they're not done with a real person, they're done in a machine that's coded in whatever, software they're using, like Diffusion and Noble AI and stuff, and whatever ones that people use. And I only use them for funnies. I don't use them for commissions. Like, if I were to say I don't even show the AI stuff, I use AI chat so I can make some funny little talks with ponies. But everything else is like, no, I don't want to show people prices and stuff. Like, what the hell? What do you think I am, trying to sell something that is not even mine, even though it's done and generated from a computer? And no joke, you can tell an image very well if it is fake because I have found out there's different ways to figure that out.
Hey, ASP,
Yeah.
can I post my book I did in your uh link your YouTube?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can do that. I'm not gonna. Links
Hey,
are
Max, I should send it to the DM and then you can copy and paste it into
yeah,
the.
no problem. But as we are going with the stuff that KP was trying to claim, like I get it that people take it out of context, like they think, yeah. And out of all the times that I have been online with AI, it's more common to find different missing things. You can find people who do those kind of things, but the only issue you're gonna have with finding AI is that you have to look at the art, like all the artists that I follow. Like I follow Riddle online, and I know he's legit. He's not like all those other artists that uses AI. And I'm gonna tell you right now, there is some pretty bad generating images. I look at them. I do look at the images that people do do it so I can understand the differences between AI and real art. Real art has more passion and all that versus the stuff that's used for prompts that take only about 5 minutes.
That's the book that if you want to copy and paste in.
Yeah, I'm gonna paste it right
Mhm.
here. So yeah, let me look at it. Let's see here.
But yeah, there's another person, not just KP, but a lot of other people that were trying to make me feel like I'm the worst, scummiest person on the freaking face of the frickin' earth.
Yeah,
Like, why would you want me to feel like I'm the scum of the earth when I'm the most kindest human being ever? Like, I told everybody I wear my heart on my sleeve, and when you break that person's heart, you can see it firsthand.
mm-hmm. Like,
You'll be able to tell
yeah,
when I get depressed, or you'll be able to tell because I won't talk for like a week. I won't respond to any messages. I won't respond to anything. Like, that's how depressed I would get.
yeah. I've been there, done that. I to anybody that has seen me in that position, I completely turn on do not disturb and I put a little status that tells me to leave me be. And
What
yeah,
I do, I would put like, um, quote from one of the songs that is very sad. That one song I'd put in one time, like, would it be? There's a song on YouTube by Soldier. What it would say, would anyone care?
yeah, that's a thing that I see some people put on their
Or I'm not
profiles.
okay, or if I surrender, will it set me free?
Yeah, and there's people out there like for me, for instance, I basically do everything privately. So when if I'm upset for any reason, I will just be quiet. And
And
there's
sometimes you can't, like, if you have like certain autism, that like ASD or autism spectrum disorder riddle, some of that stuff that people have done to you will stick to you,
uh-huh.
and it'll come back like a flashback because I have PTSD and ASD. So it's a mixture of everything that has been going wrong by me by people that is put on repeat over and over and over again. People don't never realize that people have done to me, I can memorize, and I know what they have done to me.
Yeah, I've been there where people have point the blame at me, and even though like Riddle says every day is a new day, but for some people do dwell in the past and they do dwell on what consequences will happen. I had that happen to me when I used to be around Dark Hero Brian for a long time, for about almost close to 6 years. Almost six
You're
years.
super odd.
What?
I got the cursed one, Riddle. I got the cursed one, ASD, which has my photographic memory, which gives me super memory. It's a curse, one. It's a fucking curse, I tell you.
Oh
Us
man.
people, we have very special abilities. God damn it.
Oh man. I do not have the severity of autism as you and Riddle do, but I do will say that I have compulsive disorder. So I for the longest time have told myself that I have tried to control, and I mean controlled, my ability of my obsession. So what I love to do, and I do this all the time with all of my stuff. Autistic people do have a pile system, and I hate going on a tangent about this, but OCD is not fun to have if you have multitude of other diagnosis, including certain borderline, like borderline sociopath or high. Like I consider myself a functioning sociopath. So when people
For
ask,
me, like every single time, like I am a vegetable soup of autism, PTSD, bipolar depression, and ADHD. So I have like a mixture of all fucked up and symptoms like hyperness or like racing thoughts, and then the depression when I get into the bad thoughts,
but I
and then
hate to I
the
hate to ask
memories
this,
and
Fox, real
intrusive
quick.
thoughts.
Now, with your disability, and I know a lot of people have different things like that. Now, how severe does your, like you said, you go on these little things, right? You go on these like silent trips. Is
Racing thoughts and downward spirals of mental break. Yes, I do. I go through that.
Yeah, yeah. You can sit down and strangle the thoughts and mindful after a few months. Um, I remember trying to do that, and a little while ago, like a really long while ago, I I did not think about drama for an entire couple of months. But then something came up, and I basically snapped back into those thoughts because I'm always, and I know this seems kind of repetitive for a lot of people, but old people that I used to associate with, I'm kind of this weird. I'm gonna keep an eye on them. Like I have such a problem with just moving on. Like I mean, like really have a hard time moving on when those memories got put back into my head, and those really traumatic experiences of people doing things, and I had no control. Like I do have some control of it. I have the control to stop myself from watching these people that have done bad. But with the KP situation, the situations I do clearly remember that she had happened. This was, I don't know if even Riddle knows this, but about 5, 6 years ago, back in 2017 or 18, I'm not going to name the name of the person that used to work for KP and got fired because they told them they wanted to go to their grandma's funeral home or something like that, or whatever thing. She basically told him to not go, and she forcibly said so. And from what the person said, they harassed them about it, and they also got in really serious mental health issues after that because they told them not to, stop doing their stuff, right? If you're doing some kind of work for them, right? Then KP did the same thing, but she technically wanted to harass one of her own staff members at a convention, blackmail them, and this is allegedly, I'm not, don't take it too seriously, and this is allegedly that happened back in 2018 at BabsCon. If you want to ask KP about it or even anything at all, if they verify this, that they basically harassed one of their people at BabsCon, blackmailed them, and basically told them to go kind of fuck off. So pretty much got them in trouble, and also, I don't know if it's also true too, but they also got permanently banned from BabsCon almost. And this has just come from someone that seen some people talk about it, like about 4 years ago before that video got deleted. So I'm just saying this from someone who has allegedly heard these stories, but I'm not really sure if I'm supposed to take it with a grain of salt. And I just want to hear from you. Is this Mike? I'm not sure if that name comes up. I'm not really sure if it's Mike or any of those names. Yeah. I'm sure. Yeah, I think that's the one that I'm talking about. I'm not sure if it did happen on site because information's pretty scarce, and the only way for me to even get information out of this is from people that know them, like you. And I'm not sure if it is at all true because this was a long time ago. Because I want to see if it was true, it was clarified, and not, said, and then they just basically made it up. Because some people can make up stories and people tend to make up lies about it, so I have to take it with a very grain of salt if I were to say so. Right, Fox?
Right, just like I had to take a grain with salt. Like I had to take everything what my family and friends say with a grain.
Yeah, like,
Because what they accuse of so many other people of doing with webcake, cyberstalk.
I don't know if anyone knows this about this situation that I researched about 2 years ago, but I did not know about it until like really late in 2022. But 2021 is when I first went into the Brony News Network or the Brony News website. During BabsCon 2014, and this is off topic about KP. BabsCon 2014, one of the head staff or one of the staff members got completely resigned before even the convention ended. So I might need to look into that information again because this is from 2014, about 9 years ago. And BabsCon 2014 drama Brony News. And I'm just talking out loud here because that's the network that I go to in case I need to look into it. But going back to the KP stuff, out of all the stuff that I have learned about, the only other information that I know that KP has got in trouble with is FNGR, no for good reason, or Thinger is what some people call him, or Anthony Aguera, whatever you want to call him by. He basically talked about it a long time ago when all this was happening, and he also went over the BabsCon situation very briefly, but it was not really that. It was just at the point where take the claims as you can say so and not really trying to say so about it. And anytime that I look into drama, I tend to look in the information first before I can make a decision. I think from what I know about that claim, from what Effenjard has said, like that stuff, to me it was chat rooms and all that stuff, but the problem is that it was allegedly done, even though screenshots can be easily manipulated, and you can also go with MS Paint or any other program, and you can modify that to say stuff. But take it, and don't take my word for it. Just take it from someone who can look at information and might assume that. Well, technically, he is 42 or 44 years of age, and he did dated a 14 person, 18 person. That person by the name Buttons, and I don't know what they go by. I'm just gonna say it was Buttons that you're mentioning. That's the young person that got in trouble for it. Hey, Base.
Hello.
Hey, babe.
We're right here. We're live. I was just waiting for you because we were only gonna have three of us in here. So I guess now we can talk about the situation with about four people, including Riddle, who is in the chat.
I did not get banned from Drumstick's server. I was demoted to mod.
Okay.
Demoted from a moderator because I put in a mod application. Babe, keep you updated. And apparently, Ori Boardwalk decided to ruin my reputation by doing this shit to bring it to his attention.
Yeah. But the one thing you should not do, and this is from someone who works in server staff, just like small servers, you're not supposed to bring anyone's stuff into any, and I mean any, part of the discussion into an application form from mod security. You should leave it alone and move on because it can get you in some serious trouble, just like how it is. You got demoted to mod, so you're basically got told off, and
No, I didn't leave anything out. Ori,
yeah, Ori did. What other names do they go by on that server besides Ori? I think Discord just crashed. Yeah, I'm still recording while Discord crashed. That's what exactly happened at straight up midnight. It possibly crashed and signed me out because it normally does that.
Really hear you.
Now I can. Now I just crashed for a moment.
Oh, okay.
Ori decided to put his 2 cents in because he decided like my past was too big of a concern to be a mod. Well, Ori, if you are watching any of our streams, fuck you. You ruin reputations way too many times to count.
I kid you not. That person made you get fired. I hate laughing, but you basically got told off that you got fired from that job.
It wasn't a job, it was being a mod to a Discord server.
I know that I should not be laughing, but that's just how you have to deal with it.
Because he brought up something that happened in the past.
And not leaving it alone, and it wasn't that important.
It wasn't important.
It wasn't.
Because he just needed to put his 2 cents in.
But to Odin it was.
But to Ori it was.
That makes no sense. Like, how is
so
it?
Bringing everybody's past behavior, okay, is a thing. So bringing up people's past behavior is the shittiest move that you could fucking go, bro. I hope the darkest pit of hell is waiting for you, Ori Boardwalk.
Boardwalk. Wait a minute. Like Ori, I hate to say this, but I hate to be really rude about it. What if it was a giant anus?
He is a giant anus, and he needs to be burnt with fire.
Oh man, I hate cracking jokes, but I'm trying to be funny here.
Yeah, I know you are.
Janitor. Riddle, you really made me make a joke about it. A mod is now called the internet janitor. You made it even more funny. That's just so funny because it's true.
Yeah. And this is a little motherfucker that did that. That decided to report me to fucking drum for no fucking reason.
But
This little blue balled bastard. They can't even get laid. I'm sorry. But he don't look like he can get laid.
Oh, I'm going for a laughing fit here because it's so true. It hurts.
He has to ruin somebody's reputation in order to feel good. Okay. Jerk off on that, Ori.
Oh, I hate to say it, but someone might have a humiliation, you know what? A kink or something like that. I kid you not that there's people out there that would just, I don't know, just do it on purpose. They would just do things on purpose. And because they just, oh, I want attention. I want to get ruin someone's stuff because I think I'm so happy about it. I'm going to be so entitled like a little Karen or a little Kevin, which is the male version.
Well, that's what he fucking is. He's a little fucking Kevin.
Kevin. you know what Broccoli, right? Kevin from Home Alone.
Yep.
That's the Kevin I'm thinking about.
If Ori Boardwalk is watching my shit right now or watching anybody's shit right now, you can fuck off out of here. Cause I am fucking sick of your bullshit trying to ruin somebody's reputation over nothing. From the past. Forget it. It's dead. Gone. Buried. Dead. Burnt to hell. Ugh.
And Ori, I'm like thinking, what kind of name is Ori? Is it like some kind of weird, some kind of damn name that some people go by?
I don't know.
Or some kind of OC name?
I guess so.
Yeah, dealing with internet raids at 3 o'clock in the morning. I had to do that at 5 a.m. in the morning before doing a school project. I did that one time. It happened on my old account before it got completely destroyed. And I've been
ruining my reputation before I can even go into being a mod to help somebody out for his safety and the well-being of him.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you fucking very much, you asswipe.
Ori is the name of a character in an RPG game of feelings. What kind of feelings are we talking? Is it like an orgy? That sounds even more worse. Like, I'm being funny here. Like, I'm trying to say this in a very nice way, but Ori sounds like an asshole. Like a real stuck-up asshole.
He is. Cause did you read the DM that Mr. Drumstick gave me that he got from freaking what's his face?
Yeah, it's like I'm looking at TFT Spy. That's not an idea to report someone from autism and having that. They can't have that.
And plus, the fucking ugh, that like I literally was gonna be helping somebody out, and then this happened. Like, what the fuck?
That's so inconvenient. Like, I've been there, done that with inconvenience and raids on servers. I was on a TF2 server when people thought it'd be a good idea to go after someone who's minding their own business. I was minding my own TF2 damn business, playing just my TF2 sniper, and they pointed at me saying, "Oh, look, a cheater!" Like, really? How am I cheating if I'm just playing the sniper and I don't have cheats on? It's like a really dumb thing to assume someone. That you can assume anyone for doing anything, right? But you don't need to assume someone straight off the bat the moment they join in. Because I have had so many people that pointed at me for no reason. Yeah, I would agree. I sometimes speak less if I don't want to talk to people. I've been there where I just don't talk to anybody and I just move on. And if people mention it, I just simply just say, "Why are you mentioning this? I'm not interested in talking about that. Can you move on from it?" And I have been there where people constantly were being passed. And that's no joke. There's people out there that are pests that will try to get you in trouble, will get you in trouble because they want to. Yeah,
And because they're assholes, and they don't wanna do anything right for a change.
yeah. Like, I know, for instance, I used to be an asshole, and I used to be like the butt of the joke for a long time before I stopped being the butt of the joke. And a lot of people think that I'm an asshole because I don't say anything that's like them, and it doesn't relate. It's like you know this little funny little animation here. We're like confusing the crap out of people. How about a diagonal Twix? It makes no sense, right? So what I'm trying to get here about the argument is like when people try to say the same thing over and over and over again. And look at a Twix, right? The Twix has the same exact angle anytime that you move it around. It doesn't matter if it's diagonal, horizontal, parallel, or sideways. There's no difference. And hypothetically, most people love to make up lies because they think they get all their little, their little wands. Yeah, I can understand that, TF2 Spy. I've been there when people hate me so bad because I'm just getting on. Like, if I haven't been online for all day, right? I haven't been on all day, and people think it's a good idea to point and then say, "Oh, look, someone did join in the game because they're suck at it." I just joined in. How on earth am I sucking when I just got in? Like, there's a lot of times where I'm in a situation where people have high stakes, right? They have high reasons to believe that I'm the best player in the world, and everyone likes to have that high standard where you should be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that. And I understand that people are team players, but what I'm trying to say is that when people bring up drama, And they think it's okay to point and laugh at people, which it's funny for people that done wrong, like real wrong, and tell them they're stupid because they legitimately deserved it. Now, there are some people that do point at you and blame you. It's like you gaslight them. You purposely put the spotlight on them because you want to do anything. You want to get a arouse out of it. You want to feel that emotion. You want to feel that thrill. And no joke, anytime that I'm around people, I don't feel thrilled. I don't feel like embarrassed. I feel extremely disappointed. Like, I love people, right? I love it. I have this very tendency, to me at least. I'm not saying to you guys, but I tend to think that sometimes when I'm doing something, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. And this is from someone who's been online for a long time, for about 15 years at least. And people to me, there's bad people, there's good people, there's funny people, there's people that just do shit because they want to do shit. And I've been around people that are also 4chan users sometimes. And there's some 4chan users that are really, really not there in the head, right? They're pretty toxic and extremely out there in their mind and schizophrenic. I, for one, have seen some really good Anons that don't do that. And people that do, they're older, do not do that kind of crap. They don't, like, yell at you because you don't know who's best pony. Yeah, obsession.
Copy link.
Yeah.
I just posted a tweet.
No worries. Like, let's say obsession is like, yeah. I like that. Best pony is Spike. Yeah, no one gives Spike enough appreciation, right? I'm gonna be funny.
True.
I kid you not. Even if there's a drama that happens, I always ask people that whenever I do these things. But at the same time, Riddle was the one that asked it, not me. But I was trying to be funny because what I'm trying to say is that some people love arguing about who's best pony. The one thing that gets me on my nerves with people obsessed over ultimate pairs, right? I was on this server. I'm going to tell you guys this. This was something I told you guys all in private, right? But I'm going to tell this to anyone. I was on a TikTok pony server. No joke. All besides a couple people that are well known. And let me tell you, they're in it for the views. They're in it for the clout. Same thing for Instagram ponies. And Twitter.
Clout posters.
Oh my lord. Didn't you know that my opinions are facts? That's not even a fact. How, like, you're trying to do a trick question here, Riddle. Like, you're asking me some when I kind of do know that's an opinion because even though Spike is technically one of the first characters to be introduced, he's not technically a main character to be always liked. Because you know how the funny joke is he's the kick of the joke, basically, right? He gets kicked around by Twilight and says, "Oh, do this, fill out my paperwork and all that," right? That's the butt of the joke.
Oh yeah.
That's the entire butt of the joke of that, to really give Riddle the idea of what I'm trying to say here, right? So, going back to KP, KP is like another butt of the joke. She is the definition of clout Discord queen. Nothing but clout. And let's say thumbnail baiting and stuff. And take it as you go. Take it as you go, right? What I'm trying to say is that KP loves doing this with all of her stuff. Even though thumbnails are good and all, thumbnails are supposed to be meaningful and intentional and not bait-wise. And I've seen plenty, and I mean plenty of YouTubers bait. and that's not what you're supposed to do on YouTube. But I'm saying this from someone who looks on the outside and outside the box, not inside the box, where you don't say anything about it. So when drama happens and people like to make clout, right? They want to, get their shit out of their ass and they just throw it out the window. And I say that in a very disgusting way. And that's the true fact about clout. It's nothing but shit. All you doing is holding it in, then just go through full on Dorito mode, and that's your entire content for the rest of the year. Meaningless. I know that sounds extremely disgusting, but that's just how it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Invisible ones. That's the funny thing, Riddle. Like you would do intentional stuff. You do it for the funnies. You love doing it because you love doing it. You love making ponies. You love doing all the MS Paint stuff. But for people like me and other people, and this is coming from someone who sees everything in a way that is not like everyone else. And I do look at some of KP's stuff, her older stuff. And then I'll look at her newer stuff. Then I see a reason why I don't like her, because I just don't. I was a simp one time, and I basically became the opposite. I became the inside simp. I'd be like, you know what's really funny? Simp piss. You know what? You know what? Also, you spell piss backwards. Sip. I know that sounds really wrong, but that's just how it is. A simp can piss, and he can simp piss or sip. Oh man! And also the white knights. You know what the gray knights do, or black knights. What do you think they normally do if they do the opposite?
I don't know what.
They become the opposite of simping, and they just go after them raging. I'm saying this from someone. What I'm trying to get joke at is the opposite of being a white knight is a black knight.
I see.
What do you think then? How would you interpret it?
Yeah, because black is opposite of white in terms of color. I get that.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is, I want to ask Fox here. What do you think, Fox?
What?
What do you think the white knights and simps? What are the opposites to that?
The haters and the ragers.
Yeah, I know it's group effort, but if you do collaborative effort, that's fine. But to me, doing stuff for yourself is much better than collabing, because you don't have to, even though I'm doing this as a collab myself, because I'm helping out. But what I'm trying to say is, that's fine and all. I'm okay with that. Her older stuff was pretty good, but over time, it gets stale. Like, if I were to really say on the content right now, right? If I were to take a sandwich, and I'm going to leave it out in the open, and I'm not going to cook it, I'm not going to do that, so what I'm getting at is a philosophy of here, okay, you're doing a lot of collabs, right? You have the meat, you have the sauce, you have all the toppings, and then when you try to eat it, it tastes absolutely disgusting. Like, you might have a really good sandwich, right? You might have a really good peanut butter and jelly sandwich that has both jelly and maybe honey mustard peanut butter. But when you try to eat it with the other sandwich and you have too much quantity over quality, even though quality is subjective, and this is subjective from someone who is me, and with everyone that is a content creator, there's always subjective matters into what is quality and what is quantity. There's always going to be that sandwich that tastes absolutely the best thing in the world, and there's a sandwich that tastes like total shit. So what I'm getting at is that clout is the shit, and the kind of stuff that involves content that is great, that's where you can eat it. You can eat that content. And if I don't eat it, it is not good. It's just bad. It's just repetitive, stale, and relentless, just feeling cringed, and just how they try to interpret stuff. And you have a lot of people, right? You have a lot of people like us. So that also mixes in the entire ingredients too, right? So there's your answer. The more you have, like, you can have a ton of quality content, you can have a ton of opinions, you can have a ton of facts, but when you try to eat them, it's not going to taste always the same. Right, Fox?
No. It's going to be different every time.
And what I'm getting at here is that some people, like, you know how we had to deal with Webcake, that person was a load of garbage. That was a whole garbage dump of disgusting, rotting garbage that I had to eat. And it's disgusting. And I mean that in a very literal sense. Now, if I were to look at KP's situation, let's take it out the clout window of absolute garbage fire. And it burns my mouth just trying to think about it. So there's your answer to what I think of KP in a nutshell. It is just bursting in flames because of how much stuff has happened with her. And I know it's obsession. I know obsession is bad, but when you look at it from a standpoint of someone, even though she's an OG brony and stuff, even though she's been around for only about 9 years, at least, I technically will say her content got pretty stale after 2016. And all the stuff that she did afterward was just as shit as you can think. Even though she is collabed with people, that doesn't excuse the fact that she has content that other people want to get into. But at the same time, it's just as heart garbage as you can think of. And some content creators are absolutely delicious in that. They have a sandwich you can eat. You can eat this content, right? You'll love it.
Are we talking about food now, or are we talking about people's content now?
It's both. I'm trying to be philosophy here. I'm trying to say hypothetically.
Okay.
So just imagine you're eating good content and you're eating bad.
Yeah, my content right now is a little bit hot garbage, but it's still good either way because some people like it. Some people like it, some people don't. It just depends on the people and their preferences.
Yeah. And yet, no joke, I don't know if little riddlers know this. Did you know that KP and also, who's their name? C. Anthony, or whatever his name is. They did a charity stream about 6.5 years ago, raising stuff. Anthony C. is the tall brony, one of those old analysts. But I'm gonna say this too. I don't care if it's cloud or not. KP has done bad things, and even though that she tries to say she's done good, even though her content, the only good thing she's ever done was like, let's meet John Delancey, or whatever you want to call it. That's the only best stuff that she's ever done, and that's it. It was a hard effort, but I don't care. But going back to what I was trying to say, like you said about hot garbage, but I'm going to tell you this from my point of view. Fox, your stuff is not at all bad, and I looked at it a little bit. It's not all bad. I definitely say yeah. But back to the KP stuff, even though she might have pony plushies, right? She has her own C. She has multitude of her OC from over the years, for the past 9 years when she started, back in 2013. And I'm saying 9 because her channel did not start really getting that popularity until almost late 2013 when she did John Delancey during the Brody Tells or Brody documentary. And that was the only time I ever saw her stuff on any platform. So, what else can we think of that other people have done wrong? Because there is a bunch of stuff.
Nobody's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But people think this whole world has to be perfect.
Oh, a lot of rumors around KB were made by a bogus minor who lied about being a child, who joined the team and made up stuff, and the horse news took it, and the horse is sauce. Yes, some of the horse news is kind of sauce, and I do look into it. I try to ask around. That's why I'm asking you, Riddle. And no, even though that sounds pretty bogus too, I must say also too, if a minor lied about that age, that person possibly was 18 or 17, if not older. Maybe in their 20s. That's just something that what I'm going to do as it is. My question to you two, do you think it's bogus or do you think it's total ass?
On what?
Riddle's trying to say about this minor rumors around KP from made of bogos or whatever it is. But that
Bogo?
that is bogus or whatever, bogos, whatever you want to call it. Like, I need you guys' insight here, not mine, because I'm trying to.
The rumors I keep on hearing, and some of the stuff I did see were kind of true on my end when I noticed some stuff that was kind of fishy when she basically yelled at me for no freaking reason in her server. And I was like, is she on her period or something? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, if someone is yelling at you for any particular reason, or even in chat, you need to elaborate what the hell's going on. Oh, I've been seeing that lately over some people when they just basically get so mad about something. And we're like, oh, you're just trying to be nice, and oh, suddenly people just want to slap you in the face. That's exactly what the tone of voice is kind of going at. Or try to get your attention and stuff. Trying to, the attention and stuff. Like, that's my question on that. Like, what the hell? Or even a telling question, more so. Is it the person's name? He is a champion. Campaign against KP after being let go. I'm gonna assume if because even though KP has a team of people, they know how to run it, but some of the people that are in it are a little bit jealous of that and they try to ruin it, even though we're just trying to see what the fuck, man. But like, what the hell? But to me, I think it's just somewhat kind of stupid if you're just trying to campaign. Like, the only reason why I'm not with KP and not going to defend them is because of their actions, even if they try to say they did not wrong, even though she did some good. And I'm just saying this, I'm going to take her word for it very little. And I'm just going to say, It's like you got to think in your head if it's your fault or someone else's fault or whoever else's fault is, don't say anything about it. Just move on. But for some people, they love to point and make gossip, even though right now we can certainly call this gossip podcast, even though we're trying to be as truthful as we can from our point of views. We're not here to, slap people in the ass, basically, tell them to go fuck off. This is from someone that tells people, just take with a grain of salt and just move with it and not having to take it so concrete evidence. Don't take it as full proof. And there will be people in streams that would take everything I say. And I mean, I'm going to say this from someone who has been around people that have done that. They have taken my word 100% truth. Right? Some people have done that to you guys. And I would imagine, yeah, you don't do that to anyone. So until we have proof of something, then we take it seriously. But to me, and the bogus thing about the minor lying about their age, yeah, I can see that.
Yep.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, say, to be fair, you were always very combative anytime anyone told you were cool. Even during the talking about your logo stuff, you wanted to keep going and going and going. Now that's a thing to you, Fox, I think.
Huh? Oh, I didn't even see the chat. I just shut off my computer and just have the thingy going and going and going. Oh, you mean the chat we had? We were talking about the time when we were doing that. You mean the things that we talked about plagiarism, copyright stuff? Because that's what you were talking about. Because I think we were talking about that, and then KP jumped in.
That's exactly where you're at, I think. Well, also to go off of what Riddle also said about, yeah, it's okay, and all the hearsay about KP. Yeah, old rumors. We're talking like 5-6 year old rumors from FNGR, even though I'm gonna take them as they are. And there's a bunch of other rumors that people possibly made about her too. But I'm not defending her, even though people try to say that, oh, you just need to. From my point of view, I just take it with a grain of salt because I don't know who's telling
I had
me.
to walk away after cleaning that stuff up. Oh, my bad, Riddle. I didn't know that was gonna happen. Like, I did take pictures of stuff that I drew afterwards.
Yeah. So is there anything else? Because it's already 12:36. Do you think we're done for tonight?
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to wait until Buck gets home and Jericho get off his headache, but we're probably done for the night
Because,
for the podcast thing.
yep.
I'll probably do more tomorrow.
I would definitely say that's true. He does do clout, even though he did expose Toon Credit at one point. But to say this right now, I think we're done for tonight because we already done this for about an hour and 59 minutes. And I'll see you guys another time. I'm going to get going. And